Hello you beautiful people, my name's Ghosty Boy and today I'm going to be showing you how to farm blood points in Dead by Daylight. This video is being filmed in June 2020, so the reason that I am farming blood points at the moment is in preparation for the new killer Pyramid Head that is coming in the Silent Hill chapter on the 16th of June. If you're new to the game, blood points are essentially the currency. They're the main currency in the game and you use them to level up your characters, whether that's killers or survivors. As you upgrade your character, you're able to buy add-ons, offerings, items, all these different things to help make your game just a little bit easier. But the main reason people want to level them up is to get perks. When a new character comes out, you start with their 3 basic perks, which are called Teachable Perks. With your Teachable Perks, as your character gets leveled up to level 30, 35, and level 40, you unlock these perks for every single killer, so they have the potential to appear in the Blood Web for anybody. Just a reminder that I might mention killer a lot because I play killer the most, but this is all applicable to survivors as well. Although Teachable Perks are typically pretty good with the characters that they're introduced with, you might find it's a lot better to combine them with other perks to get some builds that you wouldn't have really expected by just using the 3 Teachables. A good example on this is my Freddy build that I absolutely love. You've got perks that none of these belong to Freddy. Absolutely none of them. We've got a Nurse perk, we've got a Legion perk, we've got a Cannibal perk, and we've got a Doctor perk. So all different characters all contribute a perk that work really together with this particular killer. So with the new chapter coming out, people are going to want to upgrade the Survivor and the Killer as much as possible to get those Teachable Perks unlocked so that they can use them in game. Remember that just because you're putting the blood points into the new character, it doesn't mean you're necessarily going to play that new character. It just means that you're going to unlock those perks in the blood webs for all of the other characters in the game. Whenever a new chapter comes out, you find that the meta completely changes in this game. You find that people play differently, the perks change the game completely, and so does the killer. Everything changes when a new chapter comes out, so it's really important that you have all the perks available to you so that you can best combat the situation. Now, just in case you weren't planning on buying the new chapter, you can sometimes redeem the new perks on the Shrine of Secrets. When you buy something on the Shrine of Secrets, you use what are called iridescent shards. Iridescent shards are basically acquired by playing the game. That's all there is to it. So if you don't want to spend any money on the game, this is your way to unlock the perks from the new chapter without buying it. A perk on the Shrine of Secrets typically costs 2,000 iridescent shards, but newer perks can be a bit more expensive. The Shrine of Secrets does refresh every week though, so bear in mind that you might lose perks if you don't have enough iridescent shards. With the chapter coming up, how am I going to get the most blood points possible? First step is quite simple. You got to play killer. Although there are some people that are absolute gods on Survivor and can escape every single time and heal everybody 7 times and all that kind of jazz, killers typically make more blood points than survivors. It's just the way it is. So as a killer, the blood points have 4 categories. You've got Brutality, Deviousness, Hunting, and Sacrifice. The Brutality category involves hitting survivors, breaking generators, breaking pallets, and downing survivors. Deviousness is using your power, so that's like throwing hatchets, blinking, setting traps, stalking, ambushing, all the sort of things that are unique to your killer. Get blood points for hunting, you need to win chases, find survivors, and have fast chases that end quickly. And finally, to sacrifice, you just need to sacrifice and hook survivors without camping, alright? Without camping. So with those categories in mind, there are 2 killers that I think are absolutely amazing at getting blood points. The Doctor and Freddy Krueger, the Nightmare. The reason I think these 2 are so good is because they've got really good area of effect abilities. If you're new to the game and you're not quite adept at chasing survivors yet and getting into really quick chases, these 2 can use their powers at a range. You can get loads of blood points even if you don't win the game. The Doctor has 2 abilities. He's got Shock Therapy and Static Blast. Shock Therapy, you hold the power button and it fires like a spark of lightning across the ground and hits the survivor. That means you don't even have to be close to them to do some damage and get some deviousness points. Static Blast goes for your entire terror radius. So I'm going to go into some perks in a bit, but basically if you're using the right perks, you can almost get an entire map coverage with this ability. Now Freddy is amazing because his power is passive. His Dream Demon ability puts survivors to sleep over 60 seconds, after which they enter the dream world. The second somebody goes into the dream world, you instantly get points. You don't even have to do anything. You just stay in the game and you get blood points. It's incredible. Not only does he have that passive ability, he's also got traps that he puts on the ground, and if survivors walk into it, you get extra blood points. So that's 2 abilities where you don't even have to be near the survivor to get points. So both killers are really good at getting blood points, but I personally prefer Freddy, so I'm going to use him in the game today. The next way you can increase your blood points is with the perks. Typically, I'd be telling you to use perks that make a build, that make the game a lot easier for you as a killer and make it easier for you to hunt survivors and complement the weaknesses that your killer has. But today I'm not saying that. Today I'm saying use a few specific ones that give you some percentage bonuses to your blood points. The first perk we're going to talk about is Distressing. Distressing essentially increases your terror radius, which is the heartbeat sound that survivors hear when the killer is nearby. With this perk, you get 100% more blood points for actions in the Deviousness category, so just using your power. So remember when I said that Freddy has a passive ability? You get double the blood points for his passive ability with this perk. It's incredible. It's amazing. The best part I use of Freddy with this build is when someone is in the dream world, there is no terror radius, so there's literally no downside of using this perk if you've got everybody in the dream world. If they're awake though, they will be able to hear you more clearly and they will know where you're coming from more often, so it does make it a bit harder to sneak up on people. But that doesn't matter because we're not trying to win today, we're just trying to get some blood points, so it's fine. Unless you've played the game for like 4 hours, you'll know about barbecue and chili, which is one of the best perks in the game in my opinion and a lot of other people's opinions. Basically, you hook someone and then you can see everybody else on the map for 4 seconds as long as they're more than 40 meters away from the hook. It makes it really easy to find people, and it's in general just a really, really great perk. But not long after Behavior released the perk, they kind of added on a little bonus so that every single time that a new survivor is hooked, you get a 25% stackable bonus to all blood point gains. Everything gets a bonus, up to a maximum of 100%. So with 4 survivors hooked, you're getting double blood points for that game. So the maximum blood points you can get in a single trial is 32,000. That is a perfect game. If you've got barbecue and chili, you will double that. So you will get 64,000 blood points from a single game. So that's going to get you up a fair few levels with Cheryl and Pyramid Head when they come out. Honestly, you can ignore every single tip I gave you today and just run barbecue and chili on any killer, and you'd pretty much have a good time with blood points. The final perk that gives you a little boost is Hex Thrill of the Hunt. This is a bit of a weird one to run, but it does give a nice bonus. So Thrill of the Hunt is a hex totem. That means that it's visible to survivors on the map, and they can go and cleanse it. And once they cleanse the totem, then the perk is dead. Essentially, it's useless. It doesn't work anymore. Basically, every single trial, no matter what character you're playing, there will be 5 totems on the map. If somebody is using a hex totem, one of those totems will be lit. It will be on fire. With Thrill of the Hunt, for every dull and hex totem remaining on the map, that is lit and unlit totems, you gain 10% more blood points for actions in the Hunter category. That means you get a maximum of 50% more blood points in the Hunter category. So remember how I said that Hunter category is kind of finding survivors, chasing them, and ending the chase quickly? This perk is really good for new players, because as a new player, you may not be able to complete the chase as quickly as an experienced player, but you'll get an additional 50% bonus at maximum to your blood points for that event. This means that you're more likely to get that 8,000 blood point cap in the Hunter category. It's important to remember that if the survivors find this totem and get rid of it, you won't get the bonus past that point. You'll still get all the blood points you've earned up until this point, but once it's gone, you'll not get the 50% bonus anymore. Also, as players go around and destroy the dull totems, you will get less and less bonus as each totem gets destroyed. So you've got 2 kind of buffs here. You've got the buff to the Hunter category with Thrill of the Hunt, and you've got the buff to your Deviousness category with Distressing. What this means is it'll be easier for you to reach the max blood point count in both the Deviousness category and the Hunter category. It does not mean that you will get 100% plus 50% plus 100% blood points at the end of the trial. The only perk I've talked about today that will give you an extra bonus on top of what you earned in the trial is barbecue and chili, which doubles it at the end if you've got 4 hooks. So those are the perks of the bonus. Now there's an extra perk in here that I've got, which is Hex Ruin. That is again a hex totem perk, so that the survivors can destroy it if they want to. But the reason I've got this in there is because it really does slow the game down. Basically, while a generator's not being repaired, it starts regressing at 200% of the normal regression speed. That means that any progress the survivors are making on the generator gets reset really, really quickly. It's really annoying to play against, but it means that survivors are going to be trying to find the hex totem instead of doing the generators, which gives you, as the killer, more chance to get the blood points. Hex Ruin's a bit of a weird perk in the community because it is really powerful, but it is really easy to find most of the time, and people can just delete a perk instantly. So because of that reason, I'm a bit hesitant to normally recommend Hex Ruin, but in this instance, the only reason you're using it is to slow the game down so that you can get the most blood points. You're not trying to win the game necessarily, you're just trying to maximize your blood points, so I'm happy to recommend it for this build. Remember that this build can be used on both Freddy and the Doctor to get your blood point farming build. The Stressing especially is good on the Doctor because it extends his terror radius, which means that his static blast has a longer range. But again, I highly recommend the Nightmare. There's one more thing that you can do to increase your blood points before you go into the game, and that is to choose your offering. With Killer, you'll see things called wreaths, and you've got a few different types that increase the blood points in different categories. These bonuses are rewarded after the game, just like barbecue and chili, so even if you do hit that 8,000 blood point cap in the game, you can still get double that in your chosen category. There's a few different colors, so you've got the green wreath, which gives you 100% bonus blood points. You've got the yellow wreath, which grants 75% bonus blood points, and you've got the brown wreath, which gives you 50% bonus blood points. What you really want to be looking for is Survivor Pudding. That gives you 100% bonus blood points in all categories, and it's personal. There is another offering called Bloody Party Streamers, but that gives blood points to everyone, and we don't want to be helping other people, right? We want to be selfish, so Survivor Pudding is my choice. With honorable mention is this hollow shell, which gives 25% blood points in all categories, but I'd probably choose to go for a wreath over a hollow shell in most situations, and obviously survive with pudding is the god, and I'd choose that over everything else. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Freddy into a game with this build. I'm going to use some really powerful add-ons so I increase the chance of me winning the game. I'm going to take in an offering, and then we're going to see just how many blood points I get. So if you take a note in the top corner, I've got 2,282 blood points currently. So let's see just how many blood points I get from one game. Just no matter what the outcome is, I'm going to be putting it up. Just to note that there is a blood point cap of 1,000,000 blood points. So you can't go over 1,000,000 blood points in that indicator in the top right. That's not enough to level up both your killer and your survivor from the new chapter up to level 50, which is the max. And it's definitely not enough to prestige them. So I'm going to show you a little tip after the games into how you can save blood points almost in a bank so that then you can use them when the time comes. But let's go! Okay, so this is a good example. So we're on a really big map. So normally, it would be really difficult to get blood points in the deviousness category, so we'd have to be using the power closest to survivors. And it's going to be quite difficult to find survivors on this giant map. But my guys are going to start passively going into the dream state straight away. I can also put dream snares down. You can see that by putting them down, I get 50 blood points in the deviousness category. Normally you get 25 points for doing this, but I'm getting 50 because of the double blood points I'm getting from distressing. So you can see I just triggered my dream snare and I hit somebody into the dream, so I get a ton of points for that. I'm probably on my way to get... Look at that, another dream snare's triggered. You can see how Freddy just absolutely destroys blood points. What are you doing? Get on the floor. That was a quick chase as well. 230 points for that chase. So one of my totems got destroyed, but that's okay. It was Hex Ruin. You can see how these dream snares really... Okay, well, there you go. Just walk into me, Mr. Man. That's... Whoa! Teleportation. Okay. That's the power I didn't know you had. So I got to focus on hooking every survivor at least once to get the maximum blood points from barbecue and chili. You also get 100 blood points for traveling using dream projection, which is one of Freddy's other powers where he just teleports to a generator. So with Freddy, you can just spam all of his powers and just get blood points in deviousness. I just lost my thrill of the hunt, so I get no bonus chase points now. I can hear someone healing behind here, so I'm just going to go ahead and slap the Claudette. And then the David's over here as well. So let's go smack him in the face. Where'd you go, David? There we go. I got a grab. So getting a grab is extra blood points as well. We've got Dream Demon. Someone just entered the dream. Yeah, it's just constant with Freddy. You're constantly getting blood points for various different things. That is a hook. That's a hook for David, unfortunately, so not an extra person. There we go. Smack you in the face. Fantastic. Oh, where the hell did you go? Oh. So this is going to take me up to 75% blood point increase from barbecue and chili, I believe. Whoa, what's going on? Okay. Claudette, what are you doing? Freddy's a really nice killer just to jump in and play anyway, as you can see. I'm not even focusing on the game, and I'm still doing okay. You know, I'm not panicking about the game. I'm focusing my blood points. I'm getting bonuses just from existing, basically. It's pretty good. Look, I'm almost at my maximum in my deviousness category, which is great. And we'll just spam these snares. You know, there's no reason not to. I can hear someone up here on this generator. Hello, Nia. Walk into my snare. Nope. Drop down to avoid my snare. Bad move. That's a dead end. Okay. Again, another quick chase, so I'll get extra points for that. I'm not a top tier killer by any means, so I am literally playing as casually as I possibly can because I'm focusing on making the video. And I'm not saying that to be cocky or anything. I'm literally saying it so that you guys know how easy it is to farm blood points when you know how. So with Freddy, you'll notice dotted around the map, there's some alarm clocks, and survivors can use that to break out of the dream state as well as using skill checks. So basically, that's beneficial for you if you're trying to farm blood points. You want people to go out and into the dream world as much as possible. Breaking pallets and generators also gets you blood points, so it's worth doing that if you're not in a chase. So there are two Claudettes, and I don't know who I haven't hooked. I haven't hooked one of them. Oh, hello! You ran into a wall! Oh, that's a shame. That is a big shame. All right, on the hook you go. Let's hope you're the one I haven't hooked. I think I've hooked Nia. I'm not sure, though, so what are you doing? As if I was going to go near that, you stupid. Right, this is really... Never do that, by the way. If you're new, never do that. That is a bad way to play the game. There we go. There's the Nia. So I think the Nia is the person I need to hook. So I need to just chase her around. Put a lovely dream snare down. Hello. Put another one down here. Hello. What are you going to do, friend? You want me to break the pallet? I'm going to break the pallet. That gives me points. Ah, there we go. You can see I'm at max deviousness. I am at 8,000 blood points at least for this game, which means I'm at least 16,000 blood points because I've got barbecue and chili. Now, a survivor game, you often won't even get 16,000 blood points, so you can already see how powerful this build is. Right, I need to focus on getting the twitch.tv/forkoff, or Forco, Forkoff. Amazing. I need to just focus on getting this Claudette so that I can get my final 25% bonus on the barbecue and chili. No, this is not the one. God, so annoying. So I'm probably not going to get a win, and I'm probably not going to get my full stack of barbecue and chili, but we'll still see that I'll get a decent amount of, there she is. There's the final one. You have evaded me the whole time. Immersed Claudette. So I should get 2 sacrifices, complete sacrifices, a few hooks, and quite a lot of... I got max deviousness points. I held the generators not too great, but not too badly either. So I'm going to estimate probably about 30,000 blood points with barbecue and chili, which isn't bad, but it's not great. Obviously, it's a lot more than you would get as a survivor, even if you had a really good game. So let's see what I actually get. This is an estimate. I'm going to... Actually, I don't need to spam. I can't spam anymore. Remember I had 2,000? I got 80,000 blood points that game. 80,000. Where's the blood point count? 80. I got 79,000 blood points just from that one game. All right? So that is just how powerful a build can be. Okay? I didn't play incredibly well. Nothing. That is just Freddy being a beast. I said that after that game, I would show you a little bit more of a trick on how to get more of a bank. Because if you imagine, if I did that 10 times over, I'd have almost 1 million blood points. So you can see how easy it would be, right? I could focus on blood points and get 1 million blood points pretty easily. But like I said before, that's not enough to level up your killer or your survivor all the way. So this is where the challenges come in. We'll start with the daily rituals. So in this candle image here, you click on that, and you can have up to a maximum of 3 daily rituals. As the name suggests, you get 1 per day, and you can press that little trash can to get rid of one of them and get a brand new one. I don't know if they all normally offer 30,000, but that's kind of the average you get from them. So if I wanted to, I could save these challenges by not playing the killers. Because let's be honest, the challenges look pretty simple for each one. I can just keep them there, then when the killer's out, play 1 game as Cannibal, 1 game as Oni, and 1 game with the Shape, and pretty much get 90,000 blood points from those 3 games. So that's already taken us above the cap. We've got 1,090,000 blood points. The next part is quite a recent addition to the game, which is called the Archives. On my channel, I do a few Archives challenges, so if you want to check those out, go ahead. But essentially, what these are is extra challenges, and you pick your challenge before you go into a game. So for example, at the moment, I need to damage a generator or destroy a drop pallet 30 times. And I get 30,000 blood points for the privilege. And once I've got that challenge, I can go on to the next one, the next one, the next one, the next one, and so on, and follow this web to get up to a new tier. As you tier up, you get rewards, and you also get points to go towards the Rift, which is a place where you can unlock new cosmetics just by playing games and winning challenges. It's also a really nice way to get lore into the game and find out a bit more about the characters and survivors and killers and the entity and all the things to do with it. It's really good, really interesting. If you have time to listen to everything, because there's a lot of information they've given, which is great because it's an interesting universe, to be fair. So back to what I was saying, there are 2 types of challenges in the Archives. You've got your basic challenges and your master challenges. The master challenges give you a lot more blood points. So on tier 3, your master challenges are giving you about 50,000 blood points. And once you get up to tier 4, you can get 60,000 blood points from your master challenges. Obviously, the challenges get more difficult as you level up, but I think it's worth it. The beauty of these is that they don't automatically get claimed. So if I were really smart, I could complete this challenge, get 35,000 blood points, and leave it there. Complete this challenge for 35,000 blood points and leave it there. And complete this challenge for 35,000 blood points and leave it there. That would give me 105,000 blood points just in Tome 2 available for me to claim when the new killer comes out. If you go back to my tier 1, I could have... I could have 25,000, 25,000, and 25,000. That's an additional 75,000 blood points I could save. There are more there that I could pick, but I'm just giving you an idea of the master challenges and just an idea of how many blood points you can get. So, if you imagine there are 4 tiers with each tome, there are 3 tomes active right now, you're probably looking at more than an extra 1 million blood points just from the Archives alone if you haven't completed all the challenges already. The only thing is you do need to complete the challenges, as some of them are quite tough. You also have to make sure that when you are redeeming them, you do not go above the 1 million blood point cap, because even though these are challenges, it will not award you the blood points if you go over. So imagine you use all of these techniques you get today. So you've got 1 million blood points just from playing games. You've also got an additional 90,000 blood points from the daily rituals. And then you've potentially got another 1 million blood points left over from your challenges. Then let's say, once you spend all your blood points, you do another 10 games in Freddy with the build I've got you and get another 1 million blood points. Then you've got pretty much a total of 3 million blood points from using techniques to spend on the killer and the survivor. And this can all be achieved pretty damn quickly, relatively speaking. You know, if you're just trying to get the teachable perks on both the killer and the survivor, then you're going to get it done pretty easily in a day. That is providing you've done all the archive challenges beforehand and have saved up 1 million blood points beforehand anyway. But I really hope this helped. The new chapter's out in about a week for me now as I'm recording this. So I'm excited. As you can see, I haven't started collecting my blood points yet. I'm going to start doing it soon. It's hard when I'm making videos, so I want to get all the perks in the world. But I do need to start doing it soon. And I do hope it was helpful. I hope any of you new to the game learned something. And I hope that those of you that are experienced in the game are looking forward to the new chapter. Let me know what you guys think in the bottom about Pyramid Head and Cheryl. There is gameplay on my channel if any of you want to see it. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.